people shall share in the country's wealth. Crux of the matter that the politicians, the legislative sphere, and any other person or organization has failed to come forth to address it. This matter doesn't need us to refer to Aristotle's writing to work it out. It is crystal clear. Nationalization. I support EFF manifesto. People is all about manifesto. EFF manifesto is on point. Nationalization and expropriation without compensation. Compensation to who? NDP of ANC is the same as the Constitution of 96. They are defeating the ends of freedom chart. There is no way the restoration can happen if it's not by expropriation. Then that will be negotiation, of which that is no longer a route. I see ANC and minorities are bubbling over this matter of nationalization and expropriation, trying to work it out now. I say no to the recent annual SAPOA meeting and ANC 5-day policy briefing trying to advance their trailing NDP, which is even first time I hear about it this year. I say no to whatever they are saying, and EFF to stand its ground. Mines got to be expropriated without compensation and be nationalized, regardless of the manner in which they were obtained or operating. And regardless of this recent mine charter by Msebenzi Zwane, they got to belong entirely to the country and contribute hugely to the economy of this country, not corporates. The major banks of South Africa, excluding Capitec, or any other bank that can be established in this democratic era, to be nationalized, and Capitec to be assisted by the state to expand and continue to serve the less fortunate. The major banks are to be nationalized because they are holding the black people hostage. Yes, hostage. 80% of black South Africans are tied to one of the major banks on home loans. 50% is obvious is on RDP. 5% is those who are fortunate enough. Black people are working and enriching the banks instead of working for themselves and their families. It's about time the government scrape off all the bonds for the middle class. Yes, scrape off. For all those who earn less than 20,000. Excluding those tied down for personal and business loans. Middle class are being tied down, worse now by elites who buy sites that are eligible for expropriation, clears them up and build malls or tiny houses worse than some of the RDPs and charge 600,000 for 2 bedrooms, which takes lifetime of repayment. The public servants and other workers in different sectors in urban areas are homeless or tied down to one of our major banks. The aim of nationalization will be solely to emancipate the black people from these bond shackles. Looking at the way and the future of the black person will forever be a slave of a bank or just live in oblivion. And that is making it impossible for a black person to live life to its maximum. Instead, we are dealing with the bond repayment and other brokerage schemes. In addition to that, the taxi business has forever flourished as it the main source of transportation that average black person is inclined to support. Consumer Protection Act failed dismally, I guess, to deal fiercely with the monopolistic acts of this nature. And nature how businesses and opportunities are conducted in this country, not only in Sandton. The tender system, which was and is the biggest game that the taxpayer have to deal with since its inception. Elites are born and made out of this system that created a new imbalance as elites empower themselves. Government fails to deliver services and above all to utilize the people to administer the resources. There is no difficulty to build a nation on a state-controlled resources, whereby a Department of Public Works employ workers that are working for it than outsourcing for tender system. Tender system may be relevant if we buy something that we have no capability to manufacture, of which that too is stupid, as by now, since the death of the great Thomas Sankara, most African nations were supposed to have industries that can sustain themselves with basic life manufacturing. Let's refrain from working on Canadian, American or Chinese models, or stuck on René Descartes and Karl Marx theories, or refer to Robert Mugabe for reference. Let's develop our own model. Tender system was and is still the biggest fail, and it should be abolished. Black people will never manufacture, trade, craft, or exercise their profession because we mostly need help either from the government or capitalist elites whom they will break or make you, and millions are broken during the making. Adding to that is BEE. It would have been relevant if it was a private-owned organization that assists aspirant individuals, rather more effective assisting corporates. Other than that, it is assisting the sons and the daughters of the black elites. I hope you are now saying I'm talking shit. Again, you are like, what about the investors? We will fall deep in the junk status. It's okay, we will rise again. I'm aware of investors. I'm aware that people worked hard and accumulated whatever they now own. On this note, I guess the investors and anyone who will be affected have to understand where we come from and where we are going. If not, let them go. And if our economy collapses, United Nations will have to return the favor. We helped other countries to stabilize their economies. If maybe people like Motsebe are investors, in my view, is not. Just fortunate person whom our country cannot fall short if he pulls off wherever involved. Taking all this into consideration, robust policies got to be drafted to address the issue of expropriation and nationalization despite the investors.